Morning.
Morning, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, apart from the hour it has taken us to get sorted through all of my IT issues and then your IT issues, it's apart from that, I'm good.
Excellent. Yes, but to be
And
fair, it was out of your control somewhat.
yeah, so we are playing with some new toys today.
We are. Yes, first time using some of this Mahusive kit.
Yep, I am spreading lime in the ridiculously wide Trident spreader.
Trident.
Yeah,
And I am attempting to put down... How much do we want to put down of nitrogen, actually?
about 100 kilograms, I think. So I think that's safe for whatever we're going to plant.
Okie dokie.
Assuming we don't plant soybeans in here.
We won't, I don't think, now.
No.
Just
Um,
now. There we go.
is this your
Uh,
first attempt with anhydrous?
this is... yeah. Doing it like this anyway. I did, when we were first setting this table months ago, I did have a drive around the field playing
Mm.
um, with the seeders, not so much the toolbar. So that is set to 109. I might go a bit lower. 103.
Yeah,
103, there we go.
those are weird numbers.
Yeah, 103 litres per hectare.
Liters.
Yeah,
What's it showing as units of nitrogen?
150.
That's too high.
It is too high.
Yeah, you want about two-thirds of that.
Well, I am confused. What's going on here? 75. Hmm. I need to have a think about this.
You want a hand? I'm
Yeah,
coming back to refill anyway.
you never are. How
Yep.
far did you get?
Half a headland.
Oh dear, I'm just going to have a look on the... Oh my word. Mind you, to be fair, that ain't bad.
It's a
Considering the
widespread.
working width.
So, but yeah, we might need a better solution for getting lime here.
Yes, we could do with... Yeah,
I'll just park under the auger and then I'll jump in.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're at the minute.
It says
100
zero at the moment.
yeah, 140 in places. Leaves a
Yeah,
nice texture though.
does, doesn't it? So,
Um,
no values detected. Okay.
You have to, yeah, kind of drive forward a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
let me
weird.
turn that off and pick it up and get into the field. Okay, right, so that should be about right. It's at 121 litres per hectare. I think maybe the corner values are weird, but out in the field it's all at zero.
Okay.
Um, so that should be fine. Ooh, lag. There's going to be a lot of
Laggers,
that today, I
laggers
think.
spikers. Yes, I think you might be
Yeah,
right.
with my currently very dodgy internet connection.
It's a little bit, what did you call it?
Rubber bandy.
Rubber bandy.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you for sorting that out.
Right. It's weird sometimes how the nitrogen doesn't go down in the edges of the field where you harvest.
Yeah.
Um, but once you get into the body of the field, that should be doing about right. See
Yeah,
what it
it's...
looks like on the precision farming map.
Yeah, so it's
Uh,
100. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
That looks about
that,
right, doesn't it?
yeah,
It applies a
yeah.
weird amount where it applies it weirdly though.
It doesn't look like it's applying it uniformly.
It's not.
Just the seeders will average it out anyway
Yeah,
when they're
that's
on
very true.
automatic. So
That is very true.
And the nice thing about anhydrous is, well, all my other experiments of using it is you generally use very little, and that was in FS19. I don't know how it's set up in 22, but
No, I think, well, I've used 5 litres so far.
yeah, and that's applying a pretty heavy dose of nitrogen
It is, to be fair.
because that's going to get us, whatever crop we plant, that's going to be more, at least halfway to what we need to be, or more than halfway,
Yeah, should be good.
because the max is 200. So
Like you say, as long as we don't put soybeans in, we're all good.
can I work out how to get horseplay to work?
What are you trying to do?
Set myself up a courseplay, not courseplay, a GPS.
Okay. I'm with you.
I think I've done it. At some point, I should practice more with GPS. Oh no, that's really not worked. I guess it has. It's just not picked up the width.
Oh, Alt R to sort that.
Nope.
It is.
No, it's. I think it's not picking up the auto width properly. Oh, there we go.
I see.
That's got it.
I've started using the... I think it was you that did it. Set the A and then type the heading in.
Yep, it's much better.
It is. Because sometimes it's 89.6 degrees. So, yes. Yeah. Very good.
I've done that most of the way through using GPS because I found I could never get an AB line I was happy with.
Yeah.
So I always went for the option of doing that.
Cool. Yeah, it's yeah, I'd never really used it. Just normally do the Alt E and drive forward, but yeah, it's a nice little different way of doing it.
If you've got it set in the menu to be A plus a heading, you can still do the Alt E and it just pops up the heading box.
Yes, it did. It does actually. I did that this morning. I was ploughing,
So,
and yeah, did that. How are you doing for lime?
I'm refilling again.
Oh yeah, you didn't quite make it round, I see.
No, almost.
Just a bit.
Close enough. Yeah, we definitely need a much bigger solution for having lime on the farm.
We do, yeah. It's desperately in need of it, I think. I need a massive bin.
Yeah, I guess it's partly a feature of the fact that all of the fields are in awful state.
Yeah. Whereas we could, if we were so inclined, set up an auto drive course for the truck to go back to the shop.
I guess we could. I wonder whether there's a worker route built in.
I don't actually know.
Whether there's a worker network so we could just send it down with a worker.
Might work.
I will try it once I've emptied it.
Right, what am I doing?
How are you getting on with
Just
nitrogen is going on?
It is. I'm just setting GPS up on this back run.
Do you want me to start working from that side on the up-down rows? Because that's where I set my GPS up as well.
Yes, you could do, couldn't you? Probably need to do several more headlands before I get into up and down rows. I think this is going to take some time. It's not a very quick
well, my
process.
Hope is that doesn't seem to line up at all. Okay.
I suppose failing that, you could put the Trident on a worker and get it to buy the lime.
Yeah. Do you remember the key combination to reset the Courseplay to where you are. Not Courseplay. Oh, sorry. I can, is it that?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, it's either alt
That's
insert.
it. I got it.
Which one was it?
Alt home, I think.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, if we get to the point where we're struggling, we'll just stick it on worker to buy the lime. But
Yeah, I mean,
so my hope is I can get the liming done really quickly,
yeah,
and then I can join you
yeah.
because we've got 2 of those.
No, that sounds like a plan. Let's
So
get GPS off. There we go. Oh, everything's jackknife, and we'll just drive around.
I'm not used to driving that kind of rig, as you might have
No.
seen from the Ohio stuff. It's so different.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I really don't know how people reverse these things. You know, you watch like the Millennial Farmer doing it, and it's like, how?
And I get the feeling that a lot of the time they don't.
Yeah, there is that as well. Yeah, they just drive. Yeah,
You just go, most of those sorts of farms are set up with pull-through sheds.
yeah, true.
So you drive in and through. Uh, Yeah, I don't think they do try and reverse stuff like that very often.
No.
But even turning it through like a 180 turn, it's probably easier with a wheel because you play with a wheel now, don't you? I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm,
But yeah, I think this is definitely a skip row kind of job, isn't
mm,
it?
yeah. But on keyboard, I found it's better to do them as kind of a box turn, and you turn a bit, let everything
Oh,
behind follow you a bit, and then turn a bit more.
yeah. Yeah, good shout.
And yes, I am empty again already.
Very now. Oh, wowzers. Hopefully, though, this is as bad as it gets, if that makes sense. If we don't let it get
Yeah.
too horrendous
Our
every
first
time.
line application is always the worst one
Yeah, I was
with
quite
precision
surprised
farming.
on um, the oaks, actually. It wasn't too bad, I don't know.
Yeah, and it might be worth actually, although this looks really cool, um, when we do the rest of the field, switching to the cheaty, um,
Jan,
yeah,
Jan, yeah,
the
whatever it's called.
Yan lime thing,
Yeah.
because that'll do this whole field with like half a load.
Yeah, because that's going to be empty, surely.
I'm emptying the last bin now, or
Oh,
trying to. It, I'm just struggling to get it to work out which bin is the one
you
that's
want to
got
be at, yeah.
a tiny bit of lime in it.
Well, I've used 9%. This is... I
Might
do like this
just
setup.
need to be a bit more patient because it takes a while for it to run along the auger on the bottom.
Yes, it's not an instantaneous unload, is it? Yeah, you have to give it a second to
There we go.
transfer.
I'm going to see if I can send it on a worker down to the buy point.
Oh, okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah.
We should. I don't. Has anyone done an auto drive network for this map?
I
I'm
would
guessing there
imagine
must be.
so. It's been out for ages, so
Yeah.
I would think so.
Go to. I'm just going to be really simple and just set it to go to roughly the right place.
Yeah. Could be interesting.
It's off because I've only got a third of a load. So
Oh. Yeah, we're down to... Oh, I've only got 89% left.
oh, how will you cope? How will you cope?
Oh, dear. I think, yeah, I'm just Yeah, well, that's the point, actually. I'm going to have to start the up and downs.
But two headlands should be enough, shouldn't it?
I think so.
Or do you think you need more?
No, should be all right, I think.
I would definitely skip rows.
Yes.
And well, you'll be able to skip rows for a bit
Yeah.
because I've done a few. I'm hoping the lorry will make it back fairly quickly.
Yeah, all right then. Oh, no.
No. Okay, that
Oh,
failed.
dear.
I'll
God.
finish this. I'll finish this row and I'll run down to the buy point.
Okie dokie.
But I think for the future ones, we'll have to do something. And I'm applying 9,500 liters a minute.
Jesus. That's, yeah, that's good going.
And it's a combination of extreme working width and
Very
really
poor
bad
field.
condition field.
Yeah.
And what I could do is stick it on a worker at this point with it buying lime while I go and get more.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. At least you can turn GPS off.
You probably need to set it to buy.
Let's have a look at worker. Oh. What category would it be under? Fuel, seeds, fertilizer, slurry, or manure?
Might be fertilizer.
Okay.
I'll try it and see.
Yeah,
Because there is some lime in at the moment, so.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's working. Wow, that's costing a lot. We won't do that.
Oh. Well. Yeah. I guess it
Made
takes
it as far as the cedar
and
crashed.
Oh. Oh.
It must be this truck with the amount of times that it got crashed on the way down here.
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
Of course I did. Because I wasn't driving it.
It did have some minor issues with the AI traffic.
Yes. 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 It was the AI traffic that when you took that turn where there was no traffic nearby, you ended up completely jackknifed.
Yeah, well, it does go quick, that truck. So what can I say?
Way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way.
That's karma for bringing it up about me crashing.
It is, but I also managed to turn it without jackknifing it.
Well done, you.
My lessons in realism are paying off.
Yes, it's not so much even a nod to realism for you now, is it?
The Thursdays are not. No, Thursdays are not.
Well, I think even Maypole.
Yeah.
You were like, you're loading stuff properly, and
I'm trying.
You are very trying, yeah.
I quite like the looking stuff up as well to find out how it should be done.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think that's quite a nice.
Well, you've got your new mate, haven't you?
Mr. ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The AI farmer.
AI farmer.
It's interesting seeing people asking it. I don't know if you saw on Discord. Someone asked it how to do something in modding in FS, and it told him the answer.
Never.
When he was getting an error. Yep.
How cool is that?
Which is, I find it incredible because it was trained before FS22 existed.
Yeah, but would it not be just probably maybe getting the wrong end of the stick with it, but would it not just be a general, this is how you do XML, this is how you do Lua?
It was a specific question about an FS22 command function.
Oh, wow.
The guess was that it was the same as FS19.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's not connected to the web.
Got you, yeah.
So it can't search the internet for things now it's been trained.
I suppose that's how they stop it taking over the world, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's partly to stop people using it as a search engine because it's way better than Google at some stuff.
Yeah. I've not looked at it yet, but I do. It's weird. Obviously, it's mentioned a lot on Discord, and you mention it and all this stuff. But I've seen stuff start to pop up on YouTube about it, and I can't remember what it was for. Can't remember. It popped up this morning with
Yeah, and
using ChatGPT to do something.
yeah, I've seen people have asked it to have got it to do the bar exam in the US, which it passed.
Never.
Yep. It's I think they've been trying to get it to basically get a degree,
Okay.
and I think it's been struggling with some elements of some things.
Yeah.
Um, but actually is doing relatively well.
Right. It's mad, isn't it? Really. So
Yeah.
clever.
I think I found the problem you had up at the fill point.
Okay.
The fill trigger is not graphically where the output is.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Um, it's about a bin ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, so to fill the front bin, you have to be between the cab and the trailer.
Ah. Got you. Ooh.
It is now actually working, which is quite cool.
Oh, good. That's all right then. I can see the money disappearing.
Going down in small chunks.
Yeah,
It's still cheaper than getting a worker to do it.
it is. I think we probably used that much when it did the, well, 20 feet that it was on a worker
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, and the thing that they're talking about, I don't know if you watch any of it. I watch a lot of Linus Tech Tip stuff because I'm an IT geek, and
Hmm.
they do a weekly podcast and they talk about it quite a lot on there. And there
Okay.
are people that have, based on what exists now, they've
Yeah.
written sort of IT support call center plugins that people are paying for,
Oh.
because it will do, IT support call center with no people.
How? Yeah. What?
But
Yeah. Good idea.
the interesting thing is that Chat GPT is currently in like an open beta,
Right. Yeah.
so they're letting the public access it for free to get lots of testing done. But
Aha. And then.
there is a possibility that in the future it won't be as freely available,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then all these businesses that have built a business around having free access to this cool AI tool might
Yeah.
be in trouble.
Well, yeah, but it's quite a good idea. Yeah, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you I don't know if you read any of the answers that I stuck in some of the videos, but it gives you a really, quite well constructed answer.
I did think the one I saw, you'd asked it about the lime and manure in what
Yeah.
order. Um, but yeah, that's very clever. Where do I want to be going? I want to be going to Headland.
I am on my way back.
Cool. I've
So
just
you've
gonna,
almost caught up with me by the looks of it.
yeah, I've got 2 up and downs to go, but I'm just gonna make myself more of a headland down this one. I forgot about it. Got stuck on GPS and then just turned around. Well, stuck on GPS, you know what I mean?
Yep. Slight jackknife there. Maybe it's the truck. Maybe it's the truck.
I
Maybe
think
it's
it
the however many tons of lime is behind us.
probably, yeah, it is quite weighty.
Mm.
Did you like the you liked the video that I put on Discord, didn't you? Yesterday, was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really cool.
The what are they called? I can't think of them now.
Robo dogs.
Robo dogs from not the name of the company. I can't even think. My brain has gone dead.
Yeah,
I'm sure
they
I've got
were
my
very
phone to
cool.
look it up. Be sure it says on there.
Now you
Oh,
combine that with artificial intelligence.
Boston Dynamics. That's it. Yeah. Well, they the guy was saying that the idea of them originated from was a much bigger setup that was powered by an internal combustion engine, and it was military
Yeah.
based for going in and rescuing soldiers from the battlefield.
Mm.
And then they've obviously tweaked that. But the idea of it being a dog is that, well, it's twofold. One, they're supposed to be more approachable
Mm-hmm.
in cases where they need to be, if they're rescuing people from a building or finding, so you're not freaked out by it. But then the other thing was, based off the design, they were like, well, what animal can, go anywhere, climb, stairs, etc. And they based it off a dog/wolf or whatever. But yeah, very clever. They were saying that they use them for, they can put infrared heat-seeking cameras on them, and or whatever really, and they were sending them around production facilities, looking for items that shouldn't be, in a gangway or something. So health and safety stuff, but also
That's
looking
cool.
for hotspots in cabling
Oh yeah.
and
You're very
ducting.
broken up,
Oh,
but I don't know if that's my internet or yours, so I wouldn't worry.
okay. Oh yeah, but I don't know actually. It's weird.
Yeah.
Just checking that I've got
So
nothing running. But yes, they were saying that there's lots of different uses for them. So very cool.
yeah, they look very cool. And it makes sense to use a kind of a design like that, because dogs are the sort of smallish four-legged animal is pretty good at getting in most places.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And it's big enough that it could, like you say, be used to help get a person somewhere.
yeah. No, it's very clever. They were saying it's a balance though between obviously it being approachable, but then there's this sort of, well, people take it then too far and approach when they shouldn't. Do you know? So there's all the sort of ethics and whatever
Yeah.
around it. Very clever, very clever. How you doing for loading up? Oh, I see you.
I am back. I am almost full. So,
Reasonably
remember.
quick progress, isn't it?
Yeah, I just need to remember how to turn on GPS.
Alt C and Alt X to activate on
That's
that
gone.
course.
Alt X. There we go. I really only use this when we're doing this, because I tend not to use it. Paul and co have this version installed, but I tend
Yeah.
not to use it on there for most stuff. So
Yeah, I guess with the lowly jobs that you're allowed to do, you don't really need it.
yeah. When it comes to subsoiling all of his grass fields, I might need it, but I should be able to get a little bit ahead again now.
Yes, fingers crossed. A good place to put the truck as well.
I thought it just saved me a few seconds.
Yeah. Don't get any lime on the fertilised
Yes,
bits.
boss. It should auto shut off. It did.
Oh, yeah, of course. Phew.
Precision farming.
Precision farming.
Because there's not much of a headland there, is there?
No.
Oh, there's a little bit on the fertilised bits. It'll be fine.
Oh. I'll capture.
It's not
I'll
over
get 'em.
applying, so it's not over.
No, it's just OCD. Interestingly, this is now
Oh.
filling in the bits, so this is all good.
Yeah, it's looking like quite. It's just it looks like it's the edge of the strip doesn't quite apply as much.
Yeah, I think
Which is quite a cool effect.
it is. I guess. Yeah, it's sort of tailing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that. And we've only used 26%, so jobs are good.
Me too. 26% of the world's supply of lime gone.
Yeah, it does seem about that, doesn't it, really? It's getting through it. You've never got up and down in one hopper.
Yep.
Wowzers.
And it wasn't even a complete load.
Oh, very
I just
good.
took 2 bins out of the trailer,
Okay.
which if that's enough to do a run each way, that's probably an easy way of doing it.
Yeah, it's a good shout, actually, because at least then you're at the right end to
Mm.
fill up again.
Yeah, and the robot stuff is an interesting one, isn't it? Because I fully expect that eventually, a lot of kind of security jobs and stuff
Hmm.
might end up being replaced by a person watching a fleet of robots
Yeah. Yeah.
that are doing the
Drones as
legwork
well.
bit. Yeah,
I can't remember if it was a... Thing is, you watched some TV programs you watch now where they are set in the future, and it's like, well, actually, yeah, that is quite possible now. I think I was
yeah,
watching something the other day where it got a drone flying around a business at night or out of hours, and it spotted a computer that was on, and it was reverting all these different things back, pretty similar to like the K9 sort of Boston Dynamics
mm,
idea of, looking for hotspots and whatnot, or things that shouldn't be there. But yeah, it's very, very clever.
yeah. And then you think that actually, when I was a kid, which was when you were much less of a kid, um, it's like we should have flying cars by now.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, I used to play Cyberpunk 2020, which was the paper-based version of what Cyberpunk 2077 is based on,
right,
and Cyberpunk 2020, which was 3 years ago, it was robotics, androids, cybernetics, flying cars, everything,
yeah, yeah,
and I've got none of that.
no,
You know, I want my cybernetic legs and replaced eyes and all that kind of thing.
well, yeah. I mean, Back to the Future's got a lot to answer for as well, hasn't it? It's,
Yeah, because that was a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
I can't
That
remember
Marty
actually.
was the I think it was last week was the date that they went to in the first Back to the Future film.
Yeah. Oh, ugh, 800 numbers calling. Excuse me. Get rid. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know actually, but yeah, the thing that have you seen the series Black Mirror? Did you ever watch any of those?
I have not, no.
There's one in there about um, robotic dogs, but they're naughty, horrible ones.
Hmm.
They go around hunting you, and it's like, yeah, I suppose it has got the potential for that.
Yeah, and any technology has the potential for someone to change its intent.
Of course, yes,
That's why we have antivirus software.
yeah,
It's why there's a whole huge industry in that kind of thing,
yeah. This
and
is true.
cybersecurity and all that kind of stuff. It's most often with that kind of thing, the weakest link is the squishy bit that's in charge of it.
The squish bit. Yeah, that's right though.
Um,
Yeah.
so for part of what I do at work, we have to go through cybersecurity training, and
Okay. Yeah.
a big part of the weakness and the stuff that you're taught about is the squishy bit is the weak bit.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
It's much easier to fish a person through Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that
Yeah.
than it is to hack a company's computer system.
Yeah. 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 You're right. Actually. Yeah. We get a lot of the. Well, we get everything now on emails. Like, this is the first time you've received an email from this person.
Mm.
It's originated from outside of your
Yeah,
company. All of that, and it's like, yeah, I know, I can tell. But then there's that. I suppose it's for a reason. I get that, but
I think it's like that thing that we both had a few weeks ago with the Discord hack that was sent out.
Yeah.
It's to just give you that little nudge. This isn't normal.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you sometimes, in that case, it did take the little nudge that, wait a second, it's asking me to use my phone to join a Discord group,
Which, yeah,
which was the nudge it took me to go, no, this is dodgy.
this is very dodgy. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I find those things really frustrating. It's like at work, every email that's got pictures in, you have to click a button to let it load the pictures.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Same.
and it's not like, it's from somewhere that's trusted, just load them. But it just makes you think.
It does. And I think they get to a point where they almost have to take that thinking and that thought element away from it so that if you do have a moment where you mess up and believe something you shouldn't, then it's the computer and the system's already got it in hand to go, you silly so-and-so.
Yeah, I think so. That's another truck full of lime gone.
You are kidding.
Nope.
Wowzers.
I reckon maybe one more.
I think so. Are you
Maybe
just
one
going
more.
to F12 it, whatever you want to do with it, and then just take the money out?
The problem is I can't F12.
Oh, well, yeah.
So it's
I'll
so that long
see
to
you
run
when you
down
get.
to the store.
I'll see you when you get back from the bulk supply bit then.
Yeah. I think what we should do for the next one, the other option is to add in the farm supply pack and buy the 5,000 litre pallets with the auto load trailer.
Yeah.
Because we should be able to put a heck of a lot of those on that flatbed trailer.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
Um,
Or fill the 82 Studios trailer up with it.
Yeah, we need something to be able to put it in the spreader then, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point.
We'd need to mess about with augers to do that.
Yeah,
And,
no. I like your idea better.
Yeah. I think that way we can stick with the spreader we've got rather than using the cheaty one.
Yes. I think that's...
Because it does fit the farm better. So
it does. It's very fitting.
And it really doesn't take that long to get across to the... If I wasn't recording, I might just cut straight across field 6.
Well, there's no hedges for you to drive straight through.
Exactly.
So...
with my love of going through hedges, I could go across 6 and 7 and basically be there.
Oh, dear.
You go through one hedge once.
It's fine going through hedges. Just don't do it when you're recording.
Yeah.
Not that I would do it anyway.
No, of course you wouldn't. Don't you have hedge collisions turned off on Attingham?
Yep. I can't remember why I did. I think I probably got something stuck. Turned it off and then... Yeah. It was...
They're
it
ever
was
so slightly too high.
Yeah.
They're ever so slightly too high as well because you can't jump over them.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Which I find really frustrating.
Yeah. But then again, would you be able to jump over a hedge in real life?
True. True.
Me and my realism.
Would I be able to run as fast as a car in real life? Which I can in game without enabling any cheats.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. This is true.
Yeah, when I set up the new farm on there, I adjusted some of the hedges around it so the collisions were ever so slightly lower.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in Giant's Editor anyway, deleting hedges.
Yeah.
To open that bit of land up. Because I think originally there's a fence or a hedge that runs all the way down the edge of that field, so I had to make an entrance anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I would not to knock on you former console players, but having always played this game on PC and always having been able to go into a map in Giant's Editor and delete things or move things,
yeah,
I'd find it really hard to play on console, I think.
Yeah, I think,
and be fixed like that.
yeah, it's, yeah, I don't think I could ever go back. You know, like, not that I've done anything in Giant's Editor, but just generally, I think for me now, that's it. I'm converted. But I remember from, was it? It was Mr. Seeley P, Attingham Park, FS19, and the Brompton Yard, or Brompton Farm. And then where you've got the cow barn, and then you've got one of the sheds between there. I think he cleared all of that, landscaped a ramp over the fence, and then back down the other side into the field because he was fed up of driving round. I was like,
Yeah,
that's quite a cool idea, actually.
it's so much unnecessary work.
I know, yeah, I know.
Um, I'd get so frustrated. I think I'd possibly find some of it so frustrating that it would put me off doing things like that.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd have the, you know, whatever the right term is to just sit and go through the pain of doing that. When I know that if you're playing on a different platform, you can do it in, 5 minutes.
yeah, no, that's right. Yeah,
And I know not everyone does do that. There are some people that probably find the idea of Giant's Editor absolutely terrifying because it's really easy to break stuff if you don't know what you're doing.
yeah, same. That's me. Yeah, I'm like that. I don't think I've
Um,
ever loaded it up.
but I did. What did I do? I added when I added in the grazing bits for your yard onto Attingham
Mm,
when I was putting the cows in there, and I needed them to graze so they don't die.
yeah.
I managed to break some of the links to the textures, and every texture on that farm vanished, and it was just completely white.
Oh, oops.
But I've done that before, and I knew how to fix it, so it was less scary. But if you were doing things for the first time and you did that,
Yeah.
you'd probably never go back to trying to do stuff.
No, it would really put you off.
It was only because when I did stuff, I was on FS19 playing on Charwell
Yeah,
on Lance's map. There was so much clutter around the yards that I had to work out how to delete it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't in the map; it was in the placeables in that loaded into the map. And so I kept, I'd delete something and I'd load it back in. And it would all be white because I'd killed the textures. It took me weeks to get it to
Yeah.
go, but I eventually got it to work.
Fair play, fair play. I guess I would like to have a look at it at some point, but there's been nothing that wanted to change so much on a farm or a map that's gone, yeah, I need to learn how to use GE. But, see some people do some very clever tweaks to stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, haven't had
and
the inclination to do it yet.
Simulation for the Nation and Scroft both do very cool things
Yes.
with building farms in GE and
Yeah.
in game. I remember watching Simulation for the Nation do a yard build on Calmston near where the chicken coop is, and into that area.
Oh,
He built
yes, I
an
think
entire farm there.
yeah,
It's really clever how,
yeah,
and I think I'm particularly bad at building them because I tend to just lay them out in a grid.
yeah.
It's like, right, I'll put that one there. I'll turn that one 90 degrees and put it there. And
Put some gravel down and a bit of tarmac and
yeah,
jobs are good. Yeah,
yeah.
concrete. Yeah,
And whether it's because Paul's really good at it as well, and I wonder whether it's people that have been around farms more and so kind of have a feel for how they look.
yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just know that I suck at it.
I was watching. I think it was Argsy and his Canadian cattle farmer one.
Mm.
Bearing in mind, I'm pretty sure he's an architect. He is, I think, an
Yes, he is an
architect.
architect. Yeah.
And he'd done a drawing of the layout of the farm, and it went. I think it was one of the very first couple of episodes, was like he'd planned it out, all the different bunkers for all the different stuff for Mace Plus, different silos and all this lot. And I was like, that is some level of detail. But when
I
you
think
do when you do it for a job,
yeah,
it's a lot easier to do something like that.
and if you've got the right tools or the right skills to do it properly,
Yeah, yeah,
uh, it's why I like doing the kind of spreadsheet numerical analysis that I do,
yeah. It's true. Yeah, yeah,
because I do it as a job,
yeah,
and so it's really a lot of it is very natural and easy.
yeah. I guess yeah, and
Uh,
I think that's probably where your curiosity comes from as well, isn't it? With you were
yeah,
saying probably yesterday's video about the not Green Valley. This is Green Valley, Greenlands, and the sheeps and the wool versus the
yeah, yeah.
fabric
I have
slash
looked. I have looked at the numbers for that,
yeah,
and it's definitely. I think it's definitely worth doing.
yeah, yeah.
Particularly that production that I put down is relatively cheaty.
Yes, but
Like it,
I don't know. I think the whole thing around productions being cheaty, is a bit of a yeah because I just think the base game ones are so blooming slow.
yeah,
I don't think there's anything. Well, there can be obviously cheaty elements, but some of them are just downright slow, and you think,
I
how
think
on
they are.
earth? 28 cycles a month or whatever. And it's like really,
Yeah, I think if you can't process a reasonable size harvest of crops in a year
yeah,
through
yeah,
some of the mills. I remember
yeah,
looking at some of the different grain mills and stuff, and it's like, okay, it's going to take more than a year to
yeah,
process. Or like the original, the base game BGAs. Like I've done one cut of grass off of a field for silage,
yeah.
and it's going to take more than a year to process it.
Well, it's like I found
Um,
that doing the last Armson episode, I'd sold everything bar the sorry, everything was processed bar the sunflower oil, I think it was, and I had to skip through almost another year to get it all to process. It's like,
yeah,
oh, really? I should have gone in
that's
and made
stupid,
it
isn't it?
super speedy. But
Yeah, it's I I find some stuff is just not very well balanced in the game. Whether it's
yeah,
because it's a new feature and Giants weren't sure how to set it up.
yeah,
Um, but if you own an oil processing factory, which is essentially what you're doing,
yeah,
then you should be, you would in reality, you'd be processing the harvests from many farmers
yes,
in not very long,
yeah, yeah, it's true.
not just one field from one farm in a year.
Yeah, you'd be putting shifts on as well, wouldn't you, to get it done a
And
bit
yeah,
quicker.
yeah, maybe it's because the factory cost you a couple of 100,000 rather than millions of pounds.
Yeah, maybe.
But the buildings give you the impression of it being a big facility, but it
Yes. Yeah.
it behaves like it's a bloke in his shed with a vice pressing the individual sunflowers.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Yeah, yeah.
I had a lot of requests when I did the BGA to do a spinnery and a tailor's,
Okay.
because the base game ones were so slow, but I never used them, so I was like, yeah, someone else can do it.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I mean, there is the balance because, I think I sped up the brewery when I'd got that running, and
Mm,
it produced so many pallets. You know, it's like you'd move 5 or 6 or whatever, and then dum another there, it's full again. And it gets to the point where, okay, I like it processing quick, but I should maybe set it to distributing or selling. But then you kind of miss
I
out.
think,
So it is a balance. We can
yeah,
moan
or
about
that,
it being
yeah,
quick,
I think that's when the point when you increase the size of the pallets as well.
but well, yeah, yeah, true,
And in 19, I used Global Company to have factories,
yeah,
and I had a brewery on there on one,
yeah,
and I did the kind of I as the farm grew, I scaled up the like the speed of the production, but I
Mm.
paid for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I then had to massively increase the capacity of the pallets because otherwise I was getting so many
Yeah.
that it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
So I
true.
made the pallets like 5 times bigger.
Yeah. I guess that's
Then you still get the experience of moving them,
yeah,
but
but
it's
not
a
as
sensible amount.
yeah, not every 30 seconds. I guess because the only thing is, it's you could argue that the cheaty element comes is when you change, like I did, you change the um, hourly, what do you call it, productions per hour or productions per month, but then you leave the cost of a production the same. You don't upscale it,
Yeah,
so you're not effectively. So if you're simulating running 2 shifts, 3 shifts, you're not actually updating the cost to suit.
you're
So
not paying for those.
not paying for that privilege, yeah. Slave labour, yeah.
Yeah, I think that just comes down then to how you're playing. And if you
Yes.
really are
Yeah.
that worried about it, you could increase the costs that go with it.
Yeah.
But my answer usually in the end is it's a video game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all
How far do
fine,
you take
whatever
it?
you do,
Yeah.
you know. Um, and I was asking about editing. Finding someone that had made a faster spinnery.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, I can go in and edit it. I know how to do that.
Yeah.
But like people don't want to use Giant's editor, a lot of people don't want to go in and edit XML.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So if you can find
You
one
know,
and link it in the description, it
yeah.
makes it, yeah, it's a good
If
point,
I,
yeah.
if I turn around and say, oh, the first thing you need to do is go in and create a copy of the base game production as a mod, and then edit it so that it behaves like this, and
Mm.
then you can do that, you might as well just, I think you start to lose people very quickly.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And maybe not regular people who watch, but you lose the new people.
Yeah, no,
Um,
definitely.
which is why most of the stuff that I do like that is done with whatever, like most of the Maze Plus stuff is done with how Maze Plus is set up, delivered,
Yeah.
when I know I can just go in and change it so that, I could change it so beef produce so much manure that you can become a millionaire without ever selling a single cow.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Or sheep produce so much wool that you need one.
Yeah.
Um, but and the wool one is a really tricky one because I tried doing it with eggs and wool and increasing their output, and it was really, really twitchy as to whether it would work or not.
I think I remember you saying something about that.
And I was going to do a video on how to increase
That was
egg and
it.
wool production, and I found that about 50% of the time it actually worked, doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I remember you did. Yeah, I remember you saying about that one. Which is
Um,
weird, I guess.
yeah, I think there are some weaknesses in the Giant engine about how some things are calculated,
Yeah.
I think, and it's just down to that if you try and change things beyond how Giants had it set up when they developed the game,
Doesn't
you
like it.
go beyond the limits of the code.
Yeah.
I am almost done.
Oh, well done.
We should have swapped at some point, but
Yeah,
it's a bit late now.
it's fine. Quite a
It actually,
relaxing job actually for me.
same, it hasn't been that bad for me, to be honest.
I guess it's just the
Actually, I think I'm going to have just enough in this trailer to finish the field
which is rather good.
because there's
Let's
one bin left.
we won't proceed. Lime, 143,000 litres you put on so far.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all.
40,000 litres a trailer.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But yes, I really hope this last little bit is enough.
You got that little the sort of endy bit.
Yeah, should be fine.
Technical term for the odd shape in the field, the bendy
Yeah,
bit.
the endy bit. Yeah. Yeah. Can tell we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we got everything figured out.
Yeah. Totally professional at this.
Yeah.
There we go. That's that job done.
What about that slither down there, or is it not enough for it to pick up?
I don't think there's enough that it will pick up.
Let you off.
The map thinks it's limed.
Are you sure?
I am.
Map says differently.
I'll leave this parked here. And
you
if you
can
feel
come and try it, yeah.
if you feel the need to apply some more lime, you are more than welcome to.
143,348 litres of lime. And we are just over 2,000.
3 litres of anhydrous.
2,000 litres. We've used 1,800 litres of fuel so far. Which is mad. It's got to be the combines.
Detach. I mean the loser quad track.
Oh, has it got?
No, it hasn't. Got Cartech written on the back of it.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I thought, oh, getting number 1. I forgot that we put number plates on stuff. I've stolen your quad track.
Absolutely fine.
If I... This can be... anhydrous, saved farm. Go. Could be a track saved for you.
Oh.
No. Oh, I didn't do that properly. What field are we in? 9?
6, 9. It's got a number on it.
And any anhydrous. There you go. Should be field 9 anhydrous. I think we're in field 9. Okay. Yeah, we are. That was a good guess.
It'll be the one that's got anhydrous written in it.
Yes. Yeah. No, keep forgetting which track I should be on. Not that one.
No. I'll wait till I get to the field before I start doing stuff. Rather than accidentally unfolding the anhydrous bar on the road.
Yeah, they're quite wide, so mind the telegraph poles. This hasn't taken too long, I don't think.
Under an hour so far.
Under an hour, yeah. Nice steady 9 mile an hour.
Okay.
You work it.
Now my screen's just switched off.
Oh, that's always helpful.
There we go. It's back. I'm just trying. I really struggle with remembering the commands for GPS.
Oh. Control S. Bring up the bit you want.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be. Might help if I.
Oh, Alt C, Control S.
That's it.
I always do that. It's like, why is it not working? Oh yeah, you've actually got to turn it on for the menu to want to come up.
That has worked.
Whee!
Should I start this side of the field?
Yeah, can do, mate. Yeah. I'm liking using the quad track.
Yeah, it's not a tractor that I use very often.
No. They don't really fit. Well, we said this that we were talking about. They might fit, but they're not necessarily in keeping with some of the maps that we were talking about. We were talking about Calmsden, weren't we?
We were, and then someone posted a picture of 2 quad tracks at the dealership at Calmsden.
Yeah. Yes. I think, like you said in the past, it depends on the soil type, doesn't it? Because they could be just pulling a 3-metre subsoiler.
Yeah. And that's the example I always use is the farm here.
Yeah.
That has a Fendt MT.
Yeah.
But it's usually pulling 4-metre implements. Because the clay is so thick.
It's needed to do it, yeah.
Yeah, that it just needs that to get through the ground. And even
Yeah,
their cedar is not. I think it was either a 4 or 6 meter Valistad cedar they were using.
yeah.
It's not huge. The only big thing I've seen them pulling with it is rollers.
Yeah, I suppose that's not as much.
Um,
Yeah.
they were out a month or a few months ago rolling the field, but they were right the other side of the field, and it was a huge field, annoyingly.
Oh, how annoying.
It's very inconsiderate of them.
I know, yeah, they should have been like following you around the field.
Yeah, I was hoping that they were going to head over to be closer.
Yeah. Disappointing.
And harvest is usually pretty. If I happen to, because it's just one of the places that I run around. And
Yeah.
if they happen to be out doing stuff, like harvest was quite good last year
Yeah.
because they had a couple of combines running at one of the farms at once.
That's cool.
They had a lot of kit in that field, actually. They had 2 combines running. They had someone out with a hedge cutter doing the headlands.
Oh, hi.
And then I'm not sure how many carters they had because it was quite a drive back to the farm.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's... Yeah. I mean, I was working from home and you can hear them, can't you?
Mm.
You saw that you hear the combines going and there's a field like near enough right out the back. Only a small, couple of plots either side of the farm track. But yeah, I went out and was geeking out over that. So
I always feel a bit sad if they watch me taking pictures of them.
yeah, I was like, I've never done it before. I was like, I'm going out. But yeah, it's right. I guess the whole, like you say, the whole distance from where you're dumping the grain. Wonder what the logic is. And they go, okay, it's going to take it. They must know, obviously know how long it takes to
Time.
get back. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you see it with most of the time when, like in harvest with Ollie blogs, and they tend to do it based on how long a cart it is as to which
yeah,
tractors they use and how many.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if it's a long cart, it's like, right, we use the fast track and the big Fendt because they're both quick and they've
Yeah.
got big trailer on them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's
or it's a small farm and we've got 2 tractors, that's all we can use.
yes. Well, yeah. And the combine ends up waiting. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, they're starting to. I know. I saw you were saying to Smart, manure spreading. They've started to cart the slurry again around here.
That was me playing farm sim.
Oh, I hadn't clocked that. I thought that was actual. Ugh. Yeah, whatever. I could have sworn it was.
I was trying to hint because it was the special odor-free version.
That makes sense now. Ooh. Mind you, who's the fool? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's tickled me, that has.
because I had spent yesterday afternoon doing that.
Oh. Some. Where are you? You're there.
Coming up what would have been your skip row.
Lines on.
I always have to have lines on for GPS.
If I remember, if I'm odd or even on the rows, then I'm good. But I can't remember.
I'm also finding that it's not that bad to turn to hit the next row.
No, it's not too shabby. The toolbar gets a little bit close to the
Yeah,
compressed
I've
cylinders.
slowed down the cruise control quite a lot, so it turns at quite a slow speed
Oh, fair play.
when you lift the implement rather than it accelerating to flat out. I've knocked it down to 9 miles an hour.
Stupid question. Is it shift print screen to do a normal screenshot?
Don't know because I always use NVIDIA.
Oh, I can't remember what it was. No. Oh, clip captured. I don't want to clip it.
We didn't crash.
No. I think I've caught something there. That's quite a good view, that.
Probably better from your angle.
Yes. rather than
Yeah,
you
that's
looking
not.
at the back of my head.
I can just get both of them in at maximum zoom. Yeah, I thought it was better to come over and do it together rather than separate sides of the field
Yes,
because it looks cooler.
it does. Looks much better. And we're not far off done.
No, apart from the fact that we've got another whole field and a field about 3 fields to harvest.
Yeah.
1, 2, yeah, 3 fields to harvest,
We'll
and
get
they're all
there
going
in
to be
the
in this
end.
kind of condition.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear.
But apart from that,
I'll let you take the lead. That one.
thank you.
Tell who's done the most work.
Yeah, because one of us has limed the field and contributed to fertilizing
You have. You've done a power of work today.
and driven endlessly to the bulk supply point, whilst one of us just sat in his nice, comfortable tractor, having had it set up for him.
Uh. Oh yeah, there was that. To be fair. But I have, I haven't absolutely have not had it on like 6 miles an hour just to drag it out. Oh
I'll have
dear.
to check now. You did do all the faffing with the combine headers, so I'll give you that.
Could I remember how to do them? Nope. Oh dear. Yeah. Had to go and revisit the FSG video on how to do it. I hadn't
That's
folded
why
the
you have tutorials.
exactly. I hadn't folded the header.
Ah,
I got that you had to fold that up first and then um, attach it to the trailer, the bogie bit. Yeah, they don't seem overly stable, but that's how they're not. That's not just a FS thing. That's how they are in real life.
but
So
they're stupidly long and quite heavy and only supported in the middle.
yeah, yes, it was.
Do you want to take that one and I'll go around?
Yeah,
Probably easier for you to.
go. I think
Come
this
on.
might go all in one go.
Yeah, that's it. There might be a tiny bit.
Yeah, there's that little square there. I can see.
That's done. It's just got lime on it.
Yeah, but
I'll go and get rid of it for you.
thank you, thank you. Come on. I can't believe how little it's used. I mean, you must be on
I've
what,
used
about 4% used or something?
8%.
Okay. Perfect.
Better.
Absolutely brilliant.
I think there might be a tiny. Is it going to get? No, it's going to get all that. Excellent.
Yeah, should all get it in one.
And it still looks nice and shiny and clean.
You haven't got a... Oh yeah, we still haven't got a pressure washer, have we? Well, have we now? I
No,
can't remember.
no, and I noticed that you made my tractor dirty.
Yeah, I do apologise for that. There we go. Look at
It
that.
does look like one of us has done absolutely nothing.
Weirdly, there's a triangular bit there that doesn't look like it's got
Yeah,
anything
there's
on.
there's bits that aren't showing as fertilized.
Were
I
you
don't know
set to the
why.
same level as me?
Yeah.
How
Yep.
strange. Oh, very odd. Turn that off. Hold that up.
That folds really cleverly, doesn't it?
It
I've
does.
missed
I
it
was
when
just
mine
thinking
folded.
that. How the little side wings fold
Yeah,
out.
I was talking about that in I think it's the next Ohio video with the folding corn headers
Yeah.
and how they all fold up in the engineering and stuff.
Ah,
Um, so which I thought was really cool.
it is very cool. Well, that's not
Um,
been too shabby, has it?
no, I think that was a good job done.
It was indeed. So what do we need to do next time? Let's have a quick look
Um,
at... So probably if we do...
You could do some grass work
We could...
on field 21. Assuming that is actually growing.
It is. We could do some grass work. We haven't done any yet, have we?
No.
We could maybe...
I think maybe carry on.
If we had a... If we set a course course up running around field 6 with one of these toolbars, that could be running away in the background. We can do some grass
And maybe
work.
the Yan lime spreader.
That's not a bad idea.
Because that'll spread that whole field in one load, probably.
So we can get that field prepped, and then we can work in 21, and then we'll be into soybean harvest, I think, next time.
Next
or
month,
the week
probably
after
be
that.
soybeans and corn.
Yes. Busy.
They should probably both be ready at the same time.
I'm beginning to think we've got too many fields.
I think we might just need to do more automation.
I think you might be right. I think the soybeans and the corn are going to push us to that, aren't they? So
yes, I think the other fields that need liming and just prepping, we automate while we're doing other jobs.
Yeah, no, definitely. So it's not too repetitive.
Yep, that's kind of what I was thinking. Awesome.
Sounds like a plan, mate.
I will see you next week.
You will.
A good one.
And you, mate. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Well, another very productive episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time in Green Valley, Nebraska. Take care.